final preparations for the challenge ahead, hoping to come out of the gates strong. Ah, that's beautiful. A view of the stunning and historic City Hall. Welcome, everyone, to our broadcast here in Philadelphia. Welcome, maybe the best day of the NBA, Thursday night, and we're happy you could be here with us. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Well, small ball has become the trend in the NBA, but it might be more accurate to call it average ball. With defensive switching twice as common as it was 5 years ago, the demand is rising for players of average NBA height, and that's around 6'7". Kevin, that's affected not just the big men, but the vertically challenged guys as well.
Point forwards and big guards in demand. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. We've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Embiid.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. Wilson Chandler out there with Durant, and it's Jordan in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the 76ers, Richardson and Harris filling out the wings. The incredible Simmons and Embiid down low, and it's Neto in at the point. Mark, here we are in mid-season, and some teams have already exceeded early expectations, starting to show that they are the real deal.
Yeah, no fluke, and that's what we call validation. Again, you have such a long season early on. The schedule can work in your favor, but as we get to this point in the season, Kevin, teams are starting to show you who they really are, answering doubters, and it's got to be extremely satisfying when you prove folks wrong.
Absolutely.
Boy, fighting to keep that play alive, beautiful tip in there.
Simmons with it. Here's Neto. Pass to Embiid. Back to Neto. Shot clock at 5. Corner shot. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
You know, over time, as his game has evolved, Harris has accepted a bigger, expanded role. Knows he has the green light.
Now, here is Irving. He's coming off a 16-point game against Toronto.
Boy, he was piling up those assists in that one. I mean, every pass seemed to be on time and on target.
Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff.
Yeah, right. I don't know how much weight that carries, Kevin.
Irving passes to KD. Good D by Embiid.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
And Simmons slams it in.
Sensational speed by Simmons, trucking it down the court and beating everybody.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And here is Chandler. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. And the rejection by Embiid.
That long reach of Embiid is a real asset on defense. Covers a lot of territory and knows how to snuff out shooters. That's the first miss for this offense. They've hit 3 or 4 to start. Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
Chandler kicks to LeVert. And there's the pass to Irving. From 11 feet away. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. 76ers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Yeah, that's good vision from Harris. I mean, he draws so much attention himself, so he's become a capable passer.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can, at times, be unstoppable.
And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You look at the Nets. They're stuck in the same spot, but still a top 10 team.
And seeing where the 76ers are, they're one of those teams that people seem to underestimate. Not expecting to be this high on the list at this point in the year.
But they'll get another chance. Rebound by Joel Embiid. Here's Neto. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
Here's Philadelphia. They're on a 10-2 run here. Passes to Richardson. A shot. And that one hits back iron.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
And Durant just great at picking apart the defense. When they leave one of his guys open, he is quick to get the ball to them.
Simmons passes to Embiid. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
You know, guys, it's crazy to think that Joel Embiid once considered quitting the game. I mean, his first practice at Kansas, a senior dunked on him so hard he went to the coach and said, maybe I should get out of this stuff. Luckily, the coach talked him down, and now we see one of the best in the league.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And some real adversity for Joel Embiid after leaving Kansas. Foot injuries costing him the first 2 years Clark of his career. And then back in Cameroon, the tragic passing of his beloved brother.
Yeah, that's a hard road to hoe, and adversity oftentimes, while painful, can steel us for the promised land or positive outcomes. And, you know, Embiid really driven by his goal to inspire others in Africa to make a better life, and that drove him to be where he is now.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Now Irving. Right now he averages nearly 23 points a game, a relentless offensive force. Pass to Jordan. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. LeVert against Richardson. The wide open look for Durant. No good from outside.
He is 0 for his last however many this quarter, guys. Might need to get him out and let him settle down a bit here.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
And the Nets with possession here. 76ers getting the bucket. On its way from Irving for 2. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
And slam dunk by Harris.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes the team.
Now here's Irving. Outside, KD. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
And that stroke of Durant, effortless. I mean, easily pulling up from the perimeter. Textbook form. Beautiful to watch.
Here's Neto. To the inside. Here's Harris. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Irving. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. Jordan the pass to Durant. Shoots from the high post. Good work there as it goes. Durant's got 5.
And Durant has just such a fluid release, very efficient shooting the ball from that mid-range.
Feeds it to Simmons. Over Durant. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
Chandler finds Jordan. Irving with it. Outside Durant. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Embiid. And Durant gets it to go. The assist by Irving. And that's now 7 points for Kevin Durant. Philadelphia leading by 7. Neto, the pass to Embiid. Over Jordan. Embiid's shot is good.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for Brooklyn. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Jared Allen comes in for Wilson Chandler. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Karis LeVert. Now here's Dinwiddie. A 14-point game for him in the win against Toronto.
And don't forget about his assists. His playmaking was as good or better than his scoring. He was in complete control out there.
Here's Neto. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Neto, the pass to Scott.
Oh, my goodness! That was special. And, you know, whenever Simmons gets a chance to throw off his insane bounce, he takes advantage of it, really demonstrating how lethal he is in the air.
And coming into this season, questions about whether the Sixers could retain their star players. Well, Greg, they shuffled the decks, but they still have great talent.
Swapping in Al Horford for Jimmy Butler, Josh Richardson for J.J. Redick. The Sixers still in the mix to come out of the East.
Allen outside. Dishes to Harris. Shot clock at 6. Prince kicks to Allen. Off target with his 3. The 76ers leading by 11. Here's Thibault. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Brooklyn's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Poke loose. And now Philadelphia on the break. Richardson's running. Here's Harris, and there's the feed to Horford. In close. It's hauled in by Claxton. Nets trail by 13. Dinwiddie right side. And stolen by Harris. And here we go. Richardson heading to the hoop.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Here's Dinwiddie after the Sixers pick up 2. Pass to Claxton. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Clark, you ever think we'll see a player coach in the NBA again?
I don't think so, Kevin. The role is just so demanding. You know, it requires so much, and there's so much scrutiny now. I don't think you can effectively play and coach in this day and age. No, I don't think you'll see it happen.
Last one we saw was Dave Cowens back in the late 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. And that's a long time ago, man.
The Boston Celtics.
Yep.
And a great front office
in Brooklyn. General Manager Sean Marks taking over in 2016, and he just signed an extension.
And you know, guys, that San Antonio tree has some great branches on it all over the league, and he's one of them. I mean, he's been a player, a coach, has worked in the front office. Marks understands all sides of the basketball business.
Now here's Richardson. 20 points for him last game against the Clippers.
And he also dominated the glass out there. He hit the boards hard and often.
Here's Horford, connects on the 9-footer.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Richardson against Dinwiddie. Harris outside. Allen outside. 5 to shoot. Charity stripe shot, and that's good for 2.
Always good to see a player like Allen expanding his offensive game, changing things up and keeping the defense honest.
The pass to O'Quinn. On the wing, Harris. Back to O'Quinn. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnovers.
And that one falls for O'Quinn.
You know, for a team like the Nets building without top picks, player development becomes critical. I mean, the Nets have made that a key focus for their franchise, and you can see the results paying dividends now.
Down low, here's Horford, and finished off by Horford.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
I'll tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
It's the Nets now. 76ers getting the bucket. Back to Dinwiddie. Allen outside. Here's Prince. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Clark, you were talking about the Nets player development. Guys like Spencer Dinwiddie and Joe Harris were signed as free agents. Yeah,
and you know, guys, a coaching staff dedicated to taking them to the next level in terms of improvement and player development, the investment they make in their top-notch training facility, all of that focus paying off for them.
And Harris wide open. He shoots with nobody on him. He buries the jumper.
You know, really good to see Harris playing with that kind of confidence because, you know, these shots will only help him get better.
Richardson the pass to Horford. Dinwiddie with the steal. Here's Prince. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Prince has got his second basket of the night.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now, here's Richardson. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
Nailed from three-point land. Harris has got 5 points so far.
Yeah, Harris shows great competitiveness in answering the opponent's three with the payback three of his own.
Now, here's Horford. Not a lot of room. Richardson outside. From deep. Offensive rebound.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And this team has shown their toughness and determination, and Kyrie Irving talks about what he sees in his teammates.
What's going to separate us is how close we are, and when we're in the trenches together, I'm looking to my left and to my right and knowing that these guys have my back.
They certainly do.
This team has assembled some hard-nosed, unselfish players. No better group for Irving to surround himself with.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Guys, 76ers pretty much in control here, it would seem.
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case? No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. On the perimeter, Harris and Prince. And there's Jared Allen. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's Claxton in at the 4 spot. Well, Quinn can't hit.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Robinson against Harris. Here's Horford. Sinks the three-pointer. Horford's got 12 in the game.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Here now is Dinwiddie after the three-pointer from Al Horford. Here's Richardson. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 4th rebound in this one. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Down by 15. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Well, maybe not the most well-known player in the league, but Josh Richardson has been a big source of offense, and Greggy's done it for a while now.
A bit of a specialist, but Richardson has no problem putting up and making threes.
Raul Neto's checked in for the 76ers. And then for Brooklyn, Wilson Chandler's checked in for Taurean Prince. And it's LeVert in for Joe Harris. Now here's Dinwiddie. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. On the wing, Chandler. Defended by Scott. Chandler, no good. The 76ers leading by 15. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. Here's O'Quinn. After the basket by Brooklyn. Scott finds Neto. Now O'Quinn. Off target from the baseline.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Now here's Chandler. And O'Quinn sends it back. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. Ben Simmons, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Jordan kicks to Chandler. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Scott. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The 76ers leading by 13. Neto rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's got his 4th rebound in this one. And here's Chandler from the arc. Doesn't go for him. And it's Philadelphia the other way. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Nets. That one was played in Brooklyn.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Yeah, and it's not easy to do. Much easier said than done, but they're capable of making it happen. It just comes down, I think, to will and desire.
And here are the 76ers now. Following the bucket by the Nets. And there's Horford. That's good on the assist from Simmons. Horford's got 14 points for the game.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Here's Irving. From deep three-point range, that's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
I love the three-point shooting of Irving. Excellent at dialing it in from deep, and you've got to respect his range.
Here's Neto. Outside, Scott passes it to Simmons. Shoots over KD. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Boy, he's a real bully inside. I mean, you forget sometimes that Simmons is 6'9", 6'10", with nice touch. It's a nice combination near the basket.
Nets trail by 12. And there's a whistle. That goes on Neto. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Scott. Jordan finds Irving. For the 3. Can't hit that one.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Timeout called the Nets. A lot of different ways, Clark, to construct a roster. What would be your preference as a general manager? Any direction you might want to go?
Well, obviously, if you have an opportunity to get an outstanding franchise-type point guard or versatile wing player in today's game, I think those are the pieces that you really need to start with.
Because there's so much spacing and so much switching on defense.
Exactly, and I failed to mention a two-way player at that wing spot who can defend multiple positions, but also has a pretty...
Oh! My goodness. My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there.
Boy, I'd love to get a replay on that one. Let's keep it handy so we can see it again.
Irving passes to LeVert. Lobs it up for Jordan. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
Boy, LeVert's showing you his unselfishness there. I mean, if you're open, he loves getting you the ball.
And Simmons has got the ball here for Philadelphia. They lead by 14. Inside, here's Neto to the middle. Robinson. He gets it in there.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Outside Jordan. LeVert against Robinson. It's Durant on the wing. From outside the arc. The putback. Hands with the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. And the upcoming schedule for Brooklyn. On Saturday, they're off to Charlotte to face off with the Hornets. Then on Monday, they'll go back home and will be hosting the Orlando Magic.
And for that game against the Hawks, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
Embiid inside. He's against Jordan. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, you look at Ben Simmons and that great body of his and the skills of a guard. That is an incredibly unique combination.
And Clark standing 6'10". Has there ever been a player Ben Simmons' size or bigger who could handle and pass like this?
I really don't think so, Kevin. Obviously, LeBron is 2 inches shorter and probably 15 pounds heavier. Giannis is more of a scorer than a passer and facilitator. Magic Johnson was the first of the true 6'8"-ish point guards. He might be the closest when you look at Ben Simmons, but man, he's special because of that size and passing ability.
And the size of the Sixers can present matchup problems for opposing teams.
Well, you think about the two critical positions, a 6'10" point guard and a 7'2" center, and both are uber talented. That's a huge advantage, a unique advantage for Philadelphia.
And season 4 for Coach Kenny Atkinson with the Nets. You got to be impressed with the job he's done in Brooklyn.
Yeah, you know, Kenny is a hard worker. He's a bit of a grinder if you were trying to term what category he might fit into. And you see that in his team. And, you know, he admits it. He's getting better just like his players are. And that's a great, great statement because we're all hopefully getting better as we move forward.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Now here's Irving. 7 points in the game. LeVert from outside. No good on that one. Excellent D that time from Robinson. To the inside. And Simmons slams it in.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Outside, KD. Back to Jordan. Over Embiid. No good from Jordan. The 76ers leading by 22. Here's Simmons, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
A big X factor for the Sixers, I think, will be the development of Ben Simmons' jump shot. He's got to become at least a threat as a perimeter shooter if they're going to have a chance to win it all.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And especially in the playoffs where teams really scheme for you, Simmons shooting can be a real problem for the Sixers.
Yeah, it's a major liability, guys. There's no denying it. For all of his wonderful ability and versatility, the fact that it's basically 4 on 5 when they're on offense with him on the floor is a problem in the playoffs. And you said it. When teams can lock into you, they're going to make you do what you're uncomfortable doing.
And he can't hit the second. Mark, you were so good at such an early age in your basketball career. At what point did you personally realize just how far the game could take you?
You know, it really resonated with me, Kevin, I think at a summer basketball camp at Miami of Ohio when some of the better campers, high school campers, were asked to play with the college guys at night. And then during pickup games in my hometown of Cleveland with some of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow and Mike Mitchell, and being able to compete somewhat with those guys at 15 and 16 years of age and having them encourage me to keep going and that I'd have a chance to do what they were doing at the time, which was play pro ball.
Another miss by Philadelphia, and Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Fans are always trying to distract opposing players during free throws. Have you ever seen that work in an arena?
No, I think it's just a nice workout for the fans, Kevin, quite honestly. I mean, if a guy misses, it's not because the fans have gone crazy behind the basket. It's because he shot it left or right or short or long. It's not because of the fans being on top of him, at least in my opinion.
Richardson outside at the top of the key, Embiid. Pass to Thibault. Over Harris. Misses off the left iron. Knocks it loose. Embiid with the steal to the paint. Here's Simmons. Back to Embiid. And he lays it straight in. Embiid's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Irving passes to Jordan. The dish to Prince. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Harris. The Nets shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. And that one falls for Prince. Allen's checked in for the Nets. And so he hits both. And with the signing of Durant and Irving along with DeAndre Jordan, Greg, are the Brooklyn Nets now claiming the mantle for the top team in New York?
Listen, they were already the better team a season ago. After stealing the Knicks' thunder in free agency, acquiring the superstar talent, they're poised to steal the Knicks' cultural relevance as well.
And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. The Nets making a switch here. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Yep, that one goes. And it's 6 points for Josh Richardson.
And with Simmons, you get it all. I mean, the shooting, the rebounding, and the passing.
Nets trail by 21. On the wing, Harris. This one for 3. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 5 assists in the game. Simmons looking around. Pass to Richardson. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Here's Harris. He feeds it to Embiid. Tries again. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, you've got to stay down on the shot fake. I mean, once Harris has you fooled, then you're done.
Well, you look at the career of Tobias Harris, and, boy, he's bounced around a bit. Has never slowed his development or production, though. You put him anywhere, and he'll find a way to help his team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Harris. And with Harris, he's been moved so many times. You know what, Greg? You forget he's still quite young.
Yeah, I mean, he really is just starting to enter what should be the prime of his career. Has improved every offseason and is a great rebounder and scorer.
Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for the 76ers. So he gets them both.
You know, over time, I think Harris has become really good at accepting more responsibility, and that's part of learning how to be a leader.
The pass to Prince. A minute 42 left in the first half. But he stays with it. Here's Allen. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
And in terms of intensity, they kind of took the night off. Looked like they were just going through the motions.
Yeah, you know, to me, I agree. They just never looked engaged, which is surprising considering how close the game ended up being.
Dinwiddie finds Harris. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 6 assists here tonight.
You know, Harris showing you he's unafraid to mix it up in there sometimes, which is a good way to balance his attack.
Richardson the pass to Harris. Pass to Embiid. 6 on the shot clock. Over Prince. Embiid, no good. Nets trail by 20. Harris kicks to Prince. To the middle. It's deflected. Embiid with the steal. And here's the fast break. And the basket by Harris. Harris has got 10.
There's no way you can minimize his concentration. Excellent focus in finding a way to score that time by Harris.
Here's Dinwiddie. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Pass to Prince. Ball's knocked loose.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
2 shots. Elbow. 2.
The 76ers have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
The first one falls. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Guys, if they're going to make a run, no time like the present.
Yeah, and it's certainly, we had to expect a better game than this. Been very ugly thus far.
Boy, I tell you, this guy just does not quit on the boards. His energy is contagious, especially on the offensive glass.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. That free throw good from Allen.
Boy, you know, you look at the raw athleticism of Allen, very enticing. I mean, he's a quick-footed, shot-blocking big guy. He's got a great future in this league, in my opinion.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. 76ers ahead, running away with this one. We've got more in store for you right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, can't tell you how much it means to us to have you back with us on the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. Means the world, doesn't it?
Miss you.
Yeah.
So big.
Ben Simmons putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, they were completely in rhythm shooting the basketball. Just watching the flow of their offense, everything clicked into place. Fantastic shot selection. They took advantage of everything the defense gave them.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Well, their sloppy play really surprised me, especially the turnovers. No matter who they had out there, they never seemed to be on the same page. Their only hope is to make every possession count. That means taking care of the ball.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at the 76ers. Richardson and Harris filling out the wings. The young stars, Simmons and Embiid at the 4 and 5. And it's Neto in at the 1. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Nets. Inside, LeVert, and the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
You know, guys, with good size and length for his position, LeVert can convert tough baskets.
And you look at Karis LeVert, Clark out of Michigan, 6'7", and a tremendous athlete.
Kevin, he's one of my favorite players over the last handful of years coming out of college. He had some injury issues his last 2 seasons at Michigan, but he's an excellent two-way player. Outstanding energy and aggressiveness, and makes all kinds of plays at both ends of the floor and plays the game the right way.
And the free throw drops for LeVert. Tremendous versatility for Karis LeVert, offensively, Clark, and defensively. He can play multiple positions.
Well, I like that about him too, Kevin. 6'7", he's a gifted scorer, can make plays when the ball is in his hands. The Nets have a number of ball handlers, and that's what Coach Kenny Atkinson believes in. To get a lot of guys that can make plays and do it for each other and together, and we've got something good.
Irving passes to LeVert. Here's the teardrop. Here's Jordan, rejected by Harris.
What a block from Harris. Terrific work there.
Well, we knew that Tobias Harris would be one of the big names during free agency this past summer.
Wasn't a lot of speculation for him when free agency hit. Ends up staying with the Sixers, and I think it makes sense for both sides, and he fits nicely next to Embiid.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
And there's been some turnover in the Philly front office, but through it all, some bold moves.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, guys. First, the process, and we heard a lot about that as they were stockpiling draft picks and losing a lot of games. It was maybe the most drastic rebuild in NBA history, at least as I can recall. Then new leadership in Elton Brand, who's done an outstanding job pushing all their chips into the middle to go for it. Great credit to him for not sitting back. In both cases, a plan and a direction, and that's what you want from your organization.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Outside Irving. Lobs it up for Jordan.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Philadelphia leading by 21. Here's Neto. Pass to Simmons. Over Durant. No good from Simmons.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Here's Chandler. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
I think you give Chandler any room to shoot from the mid-range, and he's going to burn you.
Neto kicks to Harris. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Nets trail by 21. Irving passes to Durant. That 3 off the mark. The 76ers have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. To the inside. Cans the 12-footer. Embiid's got 10 points.
Boy, such a fluid shooting motion from Embiid. I mean, most times you just assume that his jumper is dropping.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Knocked loose. Here's Neto. And Jordan sends it back. Chandler down low. Guarded by Embiid. And the rejection by Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
When he's close to the rim, the attitude that Embiid brings is, I'm dunking this thing.
The Nets have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Richardson against LeVert. Durant for 3. It's hauled in by Harris.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because...
Oh, what a finish!
Good. And, you know, guys, we know Simmons most enjoys getting others involved, but he's showing you he can have huge nights himself as well.
Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Here's KD to stop the run. And another shot, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Ben Simmons.
And as hard as he is to defend, Durant spends about as much time at the free throw line as anybody.
Greg, you get so caught up in how great Durant is at scoring that you forget sometimes about his other terrific offensive skills.
You know, KD doesn't really get a lot of recognition for his passing, but he has fantastic vision. I mean, arguably, he might be the most underrated superstar ever. Sees so many double teams and does a great job of getting the ball out to open teammates. And at this point, there simply is no doubt that Kevin Durant is one of the great shooters to ever play the game. The only question is just where on the all-time list will he land when we talk about the unstoppable scorer.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Mike Scott comes in for Tobias Harris. Robinson is subbed in for Richardson. Here's Neto, guarded by KD, and Simmons slams it in.
Love the connection Simmons has with his teammates. I mean, once the lob is on its way, you know he's going to finish in style.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Nets. And with Durant, perhaps the most amazing part, he can have quiet nights, Greg, of 30-plus points.
Kevin, his scores are just so easy for him that you forget you aren't supposed to see 7-foot sharpshooters doing it. He can score from anywhere in any fashion and can hold his own with any player in history in terms of how unguardable he is.
Robinson misses. The Nets shooting about 42% so far. LeVert the pass to Chandler. And the foul on Mike Scott. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early, and just one more will put him over the limit.
Jordan against Embiid.
And being over the limit this early really can affect your aggressiveness defensively. They have got to play under control.
And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the 76ers?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
And so Jordan nails both of them.
And a great track record in the draft for the Nets. Karis LeVert selected with the 20th pick, and Jared Allen taken at 22.
And you might want to throw in, guys, too, Rodions Kurucs, the 40th pick in 2018, had a big impact, even participated in the Rising Stars Challenge. And, you know, sometimes you've got to make your own breaks, make your own good fortune, and that's exactly what the Nets have done.
And here's Irving. 9 points in the game so far. Outside, KD. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 8th assist here tonight.
Well, it's fun watching Irving share the ball. I mean, when he concentrates on running the offense, this team is really dangerous.
Embiid inside. He's against Jordan. And yes, it's good. 14 points for Joel Embiid.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
He's forcing shots offensively, hurting his team in the process. He needs to trust his teammates more.
Brooklyn making some changes. Allen's checked in for Chandler. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Karis LeVert. Here's Irving, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
I don't know if there's a player in the league that has better handles than Kyrie Irving. As a matter of fact, his handles are as good as any I've seen in the history of the game. Smooth, crafty, cunning. Man, it is so much a joy to watch this guy do his thing.
That free throw good from Kyrie Irving. And the 76ers making a change here. Horford's checked in. That misses, so he splits the free throws. The 76ers shooting impressively throughout at 62%. Now the pass to Neto. Down low, it's tipped and stolen by Jordan. Irving with a clean look and a miss there on the triple.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
The slashability of Simmons, really creating havoc for the defense with his aggressive, cutting mentality.
Brooklyn's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. Dinwiddie against Simmons. Irving from long range. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Irving's got 4 this quarter.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Durant with the steal. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Launches the 3. Simmons pulls it in. Simmons got 7 rebounds in the game. To the paint. Here's Embiid. That misses off the backboard. Brooklyn's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Takes the 13-footer. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Irving passes to Allen, and he uses the glass on the layup. Allen's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, I like seeing Allen get this kind of position because you give him the rock there, and he can take care of the rest.
And Simmons kicks to Embiid. Good.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
It's the Nets now. And there's a whistle. That goes on Neto. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2.
Oh, no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw, good. Irving. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Embiid. Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving. The 76ers leading by 21. They double him with Irving. In the corner, Horford with it from downtown. Rebound, Brooklyn. Allen's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Kicks it out to Prince. Fires for 3. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got his 8th assist here tonight.
Hey, the unselfishness there by Dinwiddie, you love it. He's all about doing what's best for the team.
Simmons against Dinwiddie. Left side, Scott. Prince with the defensive effort. Nets trail by 18. Here's Irving. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
And this is his 3rd trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And fellas, I think you have to like his improvements over his free throw numbers from a year ago. It's not a significant number or a huge amount, but it's improvement nonetheless.
The first free throw is good. And so Irving nails both of them.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Simmons passes to Scott and finished off by Scott.
I tell you what, I love the unselfishness of Ben Simmons. This guy delights in setting up his teammates, and if they're open, they get the ball.
Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Dinwiddie outside. Right side, Irving pulls it up. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. And at 6'6", Spencer Dinwiddie's tall for a point guard, but Clark, despite his size, very slippery off the dribble.
Yeah, he's ill-like when you talk about him off the dribble, guys. I mean, excellent change of pace. He's got a quick first step. And once he gets in the lane, his size helps him be a good finisher.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. They trail by 18. He kicks it to Dinwiddie. Back to Irving. That will fall for his 7th bucket, 7 for 15 in this game.
And once he started feeling it, Irving just decided to make it his night, and he's done that in a big way.
Neto, the pass to Scott. Now Horford. Back to Scott. From deep. Hits the three-point bomb. Scott's got 5 points now this quarter.
An elite distributor for a big man. Horford is the kind of guy you want to play basketball with.
Nets trail by 19. Allen outside. Back to Irving. Another miss by Irving. Philadelphia has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Passes it to Scott. Lets it go from deep. Another 3 for Philadelphia. The net shooting in the second half so far about 45%. Pass to Irving. Another steal. Simmons on the wing. And another assist for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. 1:11 left in the third quarter of the game. Another steal. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. The 76ers have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. First one falls for him. Some changes for Philadelphia. Tobias Harris is checked in for Simmons, and Josh Richardson subbed in for Scott. Joe Harris is checked in for the Nets. He's off on the second.
Boy, I covered Jared Allen in college, and you look at the physical profile he's got. 7.5-foot wingspan, big hands, explosive, really good athlete. He's got all the tools and an upside without limits.
Neto kicks to Richardson. Pass to O'Quinn. Over Allen. O'Quinn can't hit. Nets shooting at a decent 44% clip here. And on the way from Irving for three. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open three.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Richardson, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact, straightforward call, simple.
First trip to the line for him here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Guys, I don't think there's any doubt that the work he's put in practicing free throw shooting has paid off. I mean, he's made nice strides in getting those shooting percentage numbers up.
That's good from Richardson. Good on both. 23 seconds left to play in the third. Knocked away. To the inside. Tries from 10. O'Quinn can't hit. Prince, that's for 2. Misses the jumper. And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for the Philadelphia 76ers. He was a true standout at the offensive end, both with his scoring and his passing. Back right after this. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Here's Irving. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. Taurean Prince is out there with Allen. Then there's Irving. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard. Harris passes to Allen. It's good.
Not to be denied there. Allen playing hard, a little contact, not going to bother.
And a one-year player at Texas, Jared Allen came into the league as a bit of a project. He's got ample playing time to develop in Brooklyn.
Karis LeVert's checked in for the Nets.
One shot.
And that one falls for Allen. And Greg, safe to say Allen's defense is ahead of his offense.
Yeah, but his mobility and leaping ability serve him well as a finisher, providing that vertical spacing teams like to have inside.
Harris inside, guarded by Harris, and it's Allen with the jam.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
The 76ers leading by 17. On the wing, Harris. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Brooklyn Nets. And the pass to Prince. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Richardson attacking. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
Boy, a good passer at his position. Harris knows when to look for his teammates.
Nets trail by 21. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. A nice shot by LeVert.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Philadelphia's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Neto kicks to Richardson. Neto can't get it to go.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
You know, Harris has a really good all-around game, and I've been most impressed by his passing.
The 76ers leading by 17. Here's Neto. In the corner, it's Harris. Over Harris. And that one goes long. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. And it's LeVert missing. The 76ers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. O'Quinn, the pass to Horford. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Horford gets the bucket. And the 76ers lead by 19.
A remarkable interior presence. Horford's a veteran who still has those polished post moves.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Passes it to LeVert. Kicks it to Harris. Horford against Prince. Pass to LeVert. 5 on the clock. Again, the Nets for 2.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Here's Harris. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You know, looking to score often from there, Harris is excellent at drawing the defense's attention and fouls.
And he makes the first. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. Then for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Allen. Durant comes in for Taurean Prince. And Wilson Chandler's subbed in for Harris. And Harris drops them both. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Now here's Dinwiddie. He's covered closely, and there's Chandler. That's good on the assist by Dinwiddie.
And that's an area of his game that he keeps working on, which is good to see. Chandler, not a great outside shooter, but getting better. It helps when he knocks down those threes.
Embiid, the rebound by the Nets. Now Dinwiddie. Pass to KD. They get it back. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
Yeah, the first half was one to deep 6 or forget. But in the second half, he's looked a lot better.
Neto, the pass to Horford. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Nets trail by 14. And there's the pass to Durant.
Yeah, they've gotten careless, Kevin, no doubt about it, with their turnovers in the second half.
Richardson, no luck. The Nets have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. Good work defensively by Horford.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
And he should be. I mean, remove all doubt. Get it down, hard, and simple.
That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost them.
And I tell you what, more brain-neutral plays like that one, and they'll have a hole deeper than the one they're already in.
And Dinwiddie over to help. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. It's a 16-point game. Jordan against Embiid. Chandler outside. 6 to shoot. Jacks up a 3. Al Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Richardson attacking. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And Brooklyn with another turnover here.
And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
And the 76ers making a change here. Simmons is checked in. So it's Philadelphia now. It's an 18-point lead. To the middle. Here's Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
Tell you what, the offensive game of Embiid, ridiculous. He can score in so many ways.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Dinwiddie up top. It's Durant on the wing. Launches it. And Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Clark, it feels like we're seeing more and more of this, but bench celebrations and reactions at both college and pro levels.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? I think it's an outgrowth of the social media platform.
You're right. I agree.
I think there's no question because anything that can be done that's creative and fun is going to find a life on social media and maybe go viral. And guys know that. They're aware. I mean, this generation has grown up with social media. So they understand that they could be seen beyond just the arena if they do something pretty clever.
And you and I are sitting over here watching it. We're laughing as much as anybody else, aren't we?
Oh, I'm not denying that it's fun. I love seeing it, actually. But on occasion, it does get a little carried away.
Here's Neto. In the corner, it's Richardson. Fires the 3. And another assist. The chemistry he has with his guys is impressive.
Keeping his head on a swivel, actively seeking out his teammate.
Dinwiddie with it. He kicks it to Chandler. Embiid with the steal. Now the 76ers on the break. Harris has got the ball, and the layup's good off the glass. Harris has got 10 points here in the second half.
Well, he's got such a good understanding of when to go after the steals. Excellent instincts defensively from Embiid there.
The Nets have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Dinwiddie outside. Here's KD on target from 13 feet.
Yeah, you look at the way Kevin Durant releases it so high, makes it hard to block, which is why he's such an efficient inside scorer.
Passes to Richardson. Clark, a lot of fans ask us what qualifies as a legal screen versus a moving screen. They feel there's a lot of gray area there. What do you think?
Well, I think there is some gray area because the problem you have, one of the problems is a number of veterans out there have become really masters at getting a little extra into their screen, which borders on illegal and many times is. So the league is doing a pretty good job of clarifying. And if you're moving your lower or upper body to help a teammate with your screen, then that should be called. And most times it is called as illegal. A hip check, a shoulder, any of that to set a screen is illegal.
And the first one at the line is good. Korkmaz, he's checked in for the 76ers. Shake Milton comes in for Richardson. Kyrie Irving's checked in for the Nets. And so he makes both from the line. Brooklyn's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Outside Jordan. Back to Irving. Pass to Chandler. Shoots from 14. Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
Pass to Milton. Got a piece of it. Stolen by LeVert. And Irving with the basket on the assist by KD. Durant's got 3 assists now in this one. The 76ers leading by 22. And Simmons kicks to Korkmaz. Clark, here's kind of an interesting perspective question for you. How much of making it to the NBA is talent? And how much of it is the work you put into it?
Kevin, if I were to give this a ratio, I would probably say 65% talent, 35% work ethic,
Wow.
because you have to have a level of unique giftedness to be an NBA player. Many can work really hard and not be NBA caliber. So I think there's, I tilt that 65-35 talent to work ethic.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
Here's Burks. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
A little disorganized that time, and the result, 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Guys, there has to be better rim protection than that, though. Not very good.
Outside Durant, beyond the arc. But they get it back.
And the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the boards.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
And so Simmons will bring it up for the 76ers. Inside, it's tipped and stolen by Jordan. Outside Durant. Offensive rebound. Here's Irving, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Ben Simmons.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. Mark, do you think the NBA should consider expanding the use of replay? I know you personally hate to slow the game down, but you also want the calls to be correct.
Well, it depends on the circumstances, Kevin. I like the fact that replay is available, and it helps enhance the ability of the officials to get calls correct. Expanding the use of replay, though, has to be done very judiciously. There are a couple of areas, goaltending would be one, where you take a look to see if that's the case. But I think flow of game takes priority over trying to get every single call right just because you think technology gives you a chance to do that.
Brooklyn's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only 1 of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Simmons on the wing. Harris dishes to Simmons. to the left side wing. Embiid wide open from outside off the mark. Net shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. Here's LeVert, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the 76ers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And this will make it 41 victories for them on the year.
And with this win, they bring the season series to an end, guys, with a split 2 games apiece.
I'm sure it meant a lot to them not letting a conference opponent get the better of them. That's important to them for sure.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Ben Simmons.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
And 101 left in the game. Works for 3. A fresh 14 for Philadelphia. Here's Korkmaz. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Kicks to Irving. Count that one. Irving's got 31 points.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency, huh? They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
There's the pass to Quinn. Here's Milton. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, you got to box out Simmons. It's plain and simple, guys. When you don't, he can really hurt you on the offensive boards.
Passes it to Irving. Floats one. Burks pulls it in.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Al. You guys do it as a 5-man unit on the floor. How did you come together for this win?
Just taking good shots on offense, trying to, getting stops on defense. We challenged every shot. We just played hard tonight.
Great effort and a big win, Al. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.